I bet you spend a lot of your time staring into the mirror. Do you even recognize yourself?
Maybe you were trying to be rude, but, you know, that's a very good question.
I was just trying to be rude.
Oh, really? Well, then I'm sorry.
Don't mention it.
Wow.
So this is where the magic happens, right? The big transformation.
Every woman needs a little magic, and every man needs some illusion.
You're right there, Angel. So this is where the magic...
Okay, same voice line. What else we got? Into. Wow.
Gee, that is a, unique picture. And kind of daring. I admit I've never seen anything quite like it before.
Yes, I admit it's a little daring. I keep it. It evokes good memories. A precious old friend of mine. A most wonderful artist.
He's got an eye, that's for sure, considering his model.
Was that supposed to be some kind of compliment?
I don't know. I don't compliment often. Not on purpose, anyway.
Oh, you're funny.
This woman's aware of her charm, and she knows how to use it. A rare and dangerous combination.
Okay, let's see what those ready to pick up. Collectible. Okay. Eben's trying very hard to change the subject when it comes to the threats. He obviously knows more than he's willing to tell. People. Tasha. Where is he? Eben. Eben was acting strange and he hesitated when I mentioned how he met Natasha. It would be interesting to hear the story from another point of view. Okay.
You got a beautiful place here, Natasha. A peaceful little island on the ocean of madness, with very classy furniture.
Ibn likes me surrounded by elegant things, you know?
You're an elegant thing yourself, sweetheart.
Oh, that's charming. Thank you, detective.
Light is the brother of darkness.
More like its lover, don't you think? Anyway, I thought I hired a detective, not a poet.
I'm not a poet, Natasha. Just a fool.
Oh, what an act.
I mean, Marty did call us a poet earlier. Okay, let's see.
This woman's aware of her charm.
How do you like your bourbon, Mr. Featherland?
In a glass. But thanks, I had a couple before I came. I feel like this may be a long night.
I hope it doesn't bother you if I have one myself.
I get offended if women don't drink in my company.
Oh, you are a funny guy.
So I've been told. Anyway, lovely room.
Yes. Look, Mr. Featherland.
It's sunny. Saves us a lot of time.
Okay, Sonny.
So, why am I here?
You know, men tend to babble in my presence.
It must be exhausting.
It is. But you're not the type to beat around the bush.
Is it too banal if I tell you it's an occupational hazard?
Terribly.
So can I start the unpleasant questions?
I've asked you here so you can do what you do best.
Really? I thought you asked because you wanted me to investigate for you. But if you'd rather be drinking...
Oh, you do have a sense of humor. How reassuring.
Only if I'm a bit hungover. That's usually quite common.
Oh, please drop the act about being the alcoholic, heartbroken ex-cop, Sonny. It would undoubtedly suit you, but I've seen you scanning my room. From the
Sounds
second
like
you
Loba.
set foot in here,
It does actually.
you started working, and everything I say gets sorted in your brain. Am I right?
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but yeah, it's something like that.
Well then, Sonny, come at me.
Oh, that's something I don't hear often. With pleasure.
Okay. Let's read her personal info and then we'll get on with the questioning. Natasha is a mysterious woman indeed and seems dangerous too, but she's undoubtedly in serious trouble. The question is she the source of the problem or is it somebody else?
Natasha is a confident woman. I can exploit that. But I must be careful. Every part of her oozes danger.
Performance.
That was a remarkable performance.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Do you perform here frequently? You're also the owner, if I'm not mistaken.
Sadly, I don't have the time, but the stage still calls my name, and I perform just a few times a year, and always with a new song.
So that was all the excitement.
I have many admirers, if that's what you mean. Yes.
Okay. It's very elegant.
The place is very elegant, and so's your room.
Why, thank you.
I kind of feel like I'm in a museum.
Well, that depends on the kind of museum.
The kind with nice things.
Oh,
Suspiciously nice things. Just like you.
do you think I'm suspicious?
We'll see about that.
Try me.
Let's see. What can you tell me about Eben?
What can you tell me about Ibn Wessler?
You should be more specific. What do you want to know?
Oh, damn. It went down. Meeting.
How did you meet Ibn, if I'm not too intrusive?
Of course you're intrusive, but I guess that's an occupational hazard.
Well, yes.
I was a dancer here in the club, in Anita Jenkins' chorus. When she was in a good mood and allowed it, sometimes I even did her vocals for her, although she thought I was an upstart little whore.
Wow.
How does Ibn treat you nowadays?
Like a prince treats a princess. Maybe that sounds like a cliché.
A little.
He holds me in the hollow of his hand. He always has. He's never hurt me. He couldn't. Recently, he's been a bit distracted and nervous, but there's heavy weight on his shoulders right now. That's why I didn't want to burden him with any of this.
So what's the heavyweight?
Distant and nervous. Could you elaborate?
Ibn is devoted and attentive. He sends someone every hour to ask me if everything's all right. But I can't even remember a time when we were together. Just the two of us. Recently, he spends a lot of time here and in other clubs. When he's with me, he's nervous and preoccupied.
Why is that? Don't you think it's strange?
I don't think it has anything to do with the threats. It started earlier.
Any ideas about a cause?
None. Maybe it's stress. Ibn's working on doing more and more of business legally. That's kind of hard for someone like him.
Is he trying to get himself out of the underworld?
Maybe.
That's interesting. Thank you. Deep behind the diamond skin lies the
So
truth.
she's scared.
It doesn't matter how hard Natasha's trying to hide it. She's scared. Now I must concentrate to finally find out what I want to know. What was in those threats, exactly?
The message itself is not a threat. It's just a word.
But a word again and again is threatening.
Exactly.
So,
You really
clear.
don't have any idea which word could be used for a woman like me?
I guess I do. Yes, I think I know what it could be.
Whore. Cat got your tongue? Am I right? You heard it. I said what you were thinking. And yes, that was in the message. That was printed on the paper and painted on my wall in giant red letters.
Well, thank you for your honesty.
I just noticed that her costume is actually sparkling. I didn't notice that before. What about Filmer?
What about Filmar? Is he here because of you?
Mr. Lowe helped me before, and yes, he was the first I approached.
You've managed to curb my enthusiasm a little.
Doesn't keeping 2 irons in the fire give me a better chance? But you don't have to worry. He didn't find anything. And he's not interested anymore, no matter how much I offer to pay him.
Why?
You'll have to ask him.
I think I'll do that.
I will. So it's not a fan and not an inside job producer.
So it's not a fan and not an inside job. Who do you suspect?
Aren't you supposed to know that?
Usually, yes. But I've got nothing to go on. And you don't have a hunch.
Maybe I do. But first, I want to know if you'll even accept my case.
I'm here, aren't I?
That's true, but I must know if I can trust you.
You can trust me
Proof of the pudding
and my great
is in
partner
the
Marty.
eating.
I wish it was that simple.
Natasha is a mysterious woman, but I must gouge out at least one of her secrets. Enough games. It's time to know why I'm here.
Okay, okay. Okay, no more beating around the bush.
Let's stop beating about the bush. How do you know Molly?
I'm prepared for that question, but it's still not easy.
You knew very well that if you threw in the name of my wife, I'd come to you no matter how vague and suspicious the case was. I just want to know if you're simply a manipulator or you're really that desperate.
I really know her. I'm not lying.
Oh, really? How? Were you a nurse, too? Forgive me, but I don't think so.
Don't be rude and so cynical, Sonny.
I'm sorry, but that's me when feline claws are at my throat.
Molly is an old and good friend of mine. She has nothing to do with this, but I knew that if I didn't mention it to you, you wouldn't have come.
Yeah, Natasha, you're right there.
I knew you were a decent fowl, that you would help me. That's what you're famous for.
Don't go there. Flattery doesn't work.
Look, forgive me. I shouldn't have brought your wife into this.
You're right, you shouldn't have. But to be honest, I don't think she's my wife anymore. On paper she is, but I haven't seen her in years.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Really?
I did. I knew. I checked you out before I sent Deborah.
Cluck me. This case is getting more and more intriguing.
Okay. What exactly did you want?
What exactly do you want from me?
You are really as good as they say you are. And I'm not selling lucky dips, Sonny. Find them, whoever they are, and
Whatever it takes?
not exactly, but something like that.
You know, if I didn't see the speck of fear behind the confidence shining in your eyes, I wouldn't take the case.
I'm not afraid.
You're terrified, Natasha. Don't be ashamed.
You must solve this. As soon as you can. Money's not an issue.
Only 60%? No, that's not good enough. Let's go again.
Natasha is a
We're going again.
confident woman.
Okay. Performance.
That was a remarkable performance.
The picture on the wall.
The picture on the wall is quite daring.
Only if you knew how old I was at the time.
I think I'm on a slippery slope here.
Come on, don't be shy. Ask me.
All right. How old were you?
Did you really believe I'd tell you?
Maybe
You're
not.
quite a player, aren't you?
Life is anything but a game, detective.
Well, you tell me.
+5. Admirers.
Do you think one of your admirers might be behind the threats?
Those who admire me usually idolize me. No, I don't think it's one of them.
You know, the soul of an animal is extremely complicated. Sometimes all it takes is a bad look or some small rejection to turn admiration into hate.
That's a stillborn theory. No one hates me if they once loved me, Mr. Detective.
Ah, I see.
Okay. Why Deborah?
Why Deborah? She's a nice girl, but why didn't you come to me?
Didn't you ask her the same thing already?
I did, but I like to hear it from all sides.
Well, since this whole thing started, I admit I'm not too keen on leaving my home. When I do, it's only with an escort.
Ibn Wessler has nothing to do with this?
Ibn has everything to do with me. Almost everything. But I didn't want to upset him with this. He thinks I'm overreacting.
Deep behind the diamond skin lies the truth.
Okay. What are these threats?
What was in those threats, exactly?
The message itself is not a threat. It's just a word.
Okay. Filmer.
What about Filmar?
5. An
A
ex-lover,
dark
maybe?
shadow from the past? An ex-lover? A husband, maybe?
I'm surprised you asked that just now.
Well, I have my habits. Some call my methods peculiar.
What a curious way to put it.
I'm a curious kind of fellow. So,
I've never been married, and I don't really have any serious relationship before Hobart.
a more dangerous, not serious relationship, maybe?
I've never been with anyone long enough for them to hate me.
Love is just another face of hate.
So is hate a face of love then?
I guess. Were you on the run?
No, Mr. Featherland. I came to Clawville with a clean slate, and I'd like to believe it will stay that way.
You mean as the girlfriend of Ibn Wessler, the biggest mob boss in Clawville? Yeah, good luck with that. Natasha is a mysterious woman, but I must gouge out at least one of her secrets. Enough games. It's time to know why I'm here.
Yes, it is time. No more beating around the bush.
Let's stop beating about the bush. How do you know Molly?
I'm prepared for that question, but it's still not easy.
Okay.
You played me from the start, didn't you?
It wasn't my intention.
I'm an old cock, Natasha. I've played too many of these games, and I've been on the losing side often enough.
So, you're going to walk away?
You're damn right. I don't know if it's worth it for me.
Look, Sonny, money's not an issue.
Oh yeah, your fawn had already mentioned that. But unfortunately, it'll be hard to spend all that dough when I'm dead.
Dead? Don't even say that.
Do you have a gun?
Me?
Of course you, Natasha. Do you have it on you?
Not at the moment.
Well, let me give you some advice. Keep it with you, always. Maybe in your purse.
You don't think they, whoever they are, would hurt me?
Don't be naive, Natasha.
You're right. I'll keep it with me.
I don't want to scare you, but 2 cops snooping around can mess something like this up, even if it's just 2 roosters.
You'll keep snooping? Thank you, Sonny.
Maybe you're getting yourself into even deeper trouble with me. Thank me when this is all over.
Do we do it? Yeah! Second try. Nice, nice, nice. Nice.
Just one more thing, Sonny.
Natasha?
Please, come to 37 Rochester Street in Flower Town tonight. I'd like to show you something that could be of a great help in your investigation.
I was afraid this was coming. Why there? Why not here and now?
It's something I keep hidden there. I won't take the risk of Ibn or one of his men seeing it.
Isn't Ibn too dangerous to keep secrets from?
Sonny, a woman is naked without her secrets. I knew you would understand.
Oh yeah, I understand everything. So, when do we meet? The night is almost over.
I'll be there in an hour. Don't be early, and don't be too late.
Look, Natasha, you know...
Please, this is very important to me.
Sure, I get it. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Until later, Natasha.
Goodbye, Sonny.
You're right. Okay, give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to turn on the lights a second. There we go. Okay, let's see. What was the new item? Is it just... Oh, it's a key. Okay, what new information do we have? Natasha is afraid and her fear is genuine, but she isn't telling me everything regardless, and I don't like it. Natasha has invited me to a weekend house to show me something. In any other situation I would be glad about it, but in this case I'm worried. The threat, or rather the threatening word in the messages sent to Natasha is simply whore. It's brief and says a lot regardless. Okay. Well, that's something new. Nope. Okay. Then, let's get out of here.
Well,
Weren't you supposed to be waiting in the car?
I was bored to tears, Sonny. I also thought maybe something happened to you.
You thought Natasha had eaten me alive, huh?
Well, who knows? You're such a fragile little thing.
I'm too old for this, Marty.
Then next time, leave the dangerous predators to me.
I didn't mean that, Marty. I meant you.
Oh.
Okay, anything else?
Ah, this is the life, huh? What?
Nope, nothing new. What about this henchman?
Excuse me, pal. My name is Santino Featherland.
Gabriel, what do you want? Chickens.
Do you happen to know where Mr. Wessler went?
Do you take me for a fool? Get out of here while I'm in a good mood, birds.
Okay. Thanks, big boy.
Thanks, I guess. New person. Here we go. Gabriel. Gabriel the Grinder and 12. Species links. Gender male, special features, quiet and deadly. He is most likely from Stowonia. Okay. The Bobcat is most likely even Wesley's evil. Borderline.
Oh, it's you. How can I help you, gentlemen?
Look, we really don't want to dig into your personal life, but
But what exactly is my relationship with Mr. Wessler? And how close am I to him?
you don't beat around the bush, ma'am.
Well, actually, I remember.
I don't have time to chit-chat, Mr. Featherland. So yes, I'm not one to beat around the bush. And no, I'm not sleeping with Mr. Wessler.
Good to know.
Well, thanks for the quick and straight answer.
Anything else?
Nope. Oh, well, I can ask her stuff now. Where is she? Olivia, you. Okay. Olivia is currently Eben Westler's assistant escort. Yada yada yada. I already read that. Who were we going to? Oh, Eben. Oh, there we go. After the show, Eben left the Desire Club suspiciously fast. Strange.
So, have you talked to Natasha?
I'll ask Olivia in a moment.
She was kind of mysterious.
I bet she was. You know, I've never abandoned a case before. Not voluntarily, anyway. But that woman...
You're too old for this shit, huh?
As you say, pal.
That's exactly how I felt, too.
Before you leave, take this and examine it closely.
What is it?
The reason I've decided all of this is not worth it for me.
Wow, that sounds encouraging.
Take care of yourselves, guys. This case, maybe it goes deeper than you'd think.
Oh, that makes my feathers stand on end.
What did you just
Old
give us?
croakers. You're safe while I'm here. Okay, I didn't say anything.
What did you just give us?
We stepped into it, didn't we?
What are these? Are these phone numbers? Gabriel's at the top of the list.
We stepped into it.
Okay.
Of all that's furry, what kind of a list is this?
Exactly. I have no idea, but I don't even want to find out.
Those names, all top dogs. Maybe they play cards together.
Sure, that's very likely. Anyway, I pried this list out of a dead man's hand. Somebody dropped him outside the forest, a few miles from the Wessler residence.
I should have known she was keeping secrets.
Keeping secrets? She's the secret herself.
Thanks, Filmar. This could be important.
Don't thank me. Maybe I've just signed your death warrant.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Oh, shut up, Marty.
Fucking Monty.
The truth is, Ibben's a dirty bastard, but he's likable. It must be his charisma that snared Natasha.
Maybe there's more to it than simple wild love.
Who knows? Animals commit the dirtiest of deeds for wild love.
You've got a point. We stepped into it, didn't we?
That's an understatement. All of these names,
Belong to the upper crust. Yeah, I noticed.
it's only some sex cult, if you're lucky.
Don't even go there, Marty.
Yeah, all right.
I love lying.
Wonderful girl. Either I'm gonna kill her or I'm beginning to like her.
That's funny. I swear I've heard that before.
To be honest, me too.
So, Natasha invited us to her weekend house.
That's either very good news or very bad news.
50%. That's not that bad, is it?
That's an admirable attitude.
Attitude, yeah, he's got that. Most of the time, I think that's all he's got.
Hey,
Who is this woman anyway? She's like Ibben's shadow. Nobody knows anything about her.
I don't know if she has anything to do with the case, but it's worth keeping an eye on her anyway.
More women, more trouble.
You already fantasizing?
Even the sight of young women make me tired. Anyway, most people say she's the rat's lover too. But next to Natasha, I doubt he'd want her. Anyway, the pussycat would have already torn her to shreds.
Could be.